Okay, people, I gotta be honest with you. After Black Clover chapter 314, I'm a little lost at the direction of the manga, and it feels like we're slightly losing the plot, so to speak, with the Black Clover manga as of right now. And when I say that I'm lost, I mean that because I completely understand what's going on. There's nothing that is like too complex for me to grasp, or something that is just like, whoa, this is too intricate. How can I put this together? Nothing by that. I mean that it just is starting to get a little Gurren Lagann-ish, a little what the heck is going on here. This is wild, this is quirky, this is goofy. Yeah, because the end of the chapter just what gave me some Seven Deadly Sins vibes. If you've ever seen the anime The Seven Deadly Sins or read the manga The Seven Deadly Sins, definitely gave me vibes of that, in particular something to do with the Demon King. So there was elements in there that reminded me of that, but it was just kind of wonky, and I was a little bit like, okay, Tabata, like you're trying to do some wild stuff here, fam, and I don't know, because like I was digging the vibe, and we had a nice little build up, lead up, boom, we just whipped Morris down. Last week we had that emotional moment, the reunion with our captain, the captain of the Black Bulls, the person that took all of the misfits, all of the people that didn't fit in society, gave them a home, brought the best out of them, and had us all emotional. And then this week it's like, Gandamu! What are we doing here, Tabata? Like, where are we going with this, fam? Like, you're losing me just a smidge. Let's talk about it. Let's talk a little bit of that Black Clover goofiness. Let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, yes, I definitely felt like towards the end of this chapter, and I'm sure Tabata might have a plan, but I felt like the manga lost the plot for a moment and is just a little bit wonky right now because, what? Like, it all makes sense. I want to be clear on that as well. I'm not saying that this is BS. Like, how could this happen? It all makes sense. It was a combination. The Black Bulls doing their thing. They're there to serve and rescue their Captain Yami and all that jazz, but let's take it from the top so you guys understand what I'm talking about, because the chapter actually started off pretty interesting. It took a different direction. It went back to Mereoleona because we see a couple of randos and they're like very, very impressing. Holy cow, this is impossible. They never dreamed a mage like this could possibly exist, because Mereoleona, to honestly my amazement, because I completely forgot about this battle. In fact, I had thought that she had finished the demon, but I really can't remember, to be honest with you, because she's been fighting this demon throughout this entire arc. But essentially she's throwing hands with that giant ancient demon and she's kicking his behind, which again is crazy. A 1v1, which shows that if Mereoleona was a part of some of these battles, things might have went a different direction. Things might have not taken so long, and ultimately she would have whipped some tail. Like, let's not forget the greatness that Mereoleona encompasses with her combat. Like, again, she's 1v1ing a giant ancient demon and winning and impressing everybody. It's just that, honestly, I forgot that she was still fighting that thing. But nevertheless, she's overpowering it, so that was pretty awesome. And it was nice again to break away from what we've been accustomed to, because it's just been one after another fighting the Dark Triad, and boom, we're fighting Morris, and boom, we're going to rescue Yami. So to cut from all of that to just see Mereoleona going in, I fucked with it. I was rocking with it. I was like, okay, new vibe, new day, let's go, let's do it. Which, again, the beginning of this chapter, stark contrast to the wacky zaniness of the ending. And you see the big panel where she says, the more you use hell incarnate, the hotter it gets. And she is absolutely, again, decimating the ancient demon that coincidentally looks straight up like what happened in the past with the whole thing of Lit and how he turned into a demon. That demon looks a lot like Lit as a demon. I just gotta throw that in there. However, she finally vanquishes the demon, which, again, I gotta say, and while all the other captains are, you know, they gotta jump everybody, fighting Dark Triad, like 3v1, all sorts of stuff, Mereoleona took on an ancient demon by herself. By herself. By herself. That's epic in and of itself, I ain't gonna lie. So again, beginning of the chapter, different feel from where the chapter ultimately goes, because Mereoleona, when does she ever disappoint anyway? Like, it's a rare blue hell day that Mereoleona ain't kicking ass and impressing people and just making the Black Clover manga look sick as hell. And she just walks by and she's like, good, now let's clear up the rest of these bozos. But you gotta imagine that she's probably gonna be tired. Like, she's probably putting on a good face because she's a strong, badass bee, but ultimately I'm sure she gotta be tired hard, and eventually she's gonna have to, you know, sit down because she's been on fire for how freaking long as well. That's another thing. How much does that drain her mana? How, like, she gotta be on her last legs. She just fought way too strong of a opponent, and as awesome as she is, she ain't God now. But then we cut from that epic beginning and we start seeing some of the other captains, and again, I want to say it started off with Nozel jokingly telling Yami, making more work for us, will ya? Because again, now they're at this home stretch, so to speak, but he probably also was talking to William Vengeance because, oh shit, again, William Vengeance is also captured. Like, even though we only care about Yami, we gotta keep in mind that that motherfucker is there too. And I think Tabata actually just remembered with this chapter, like, oh shit, we got that other dude there. What's his name again? That traitor dude, Freak. Oh man, I gotta do something to acknowledge his existence because, yeah, we've totally ignored the fact that he actually is even a part of this whole thing, this whole quill fall, because he included Longbrist and Pottree there, and they're like, oh my god, William, we're here to save you. Finally, someone cares about this man. Like, I mean, it's only them two. Literally, out of everybody there, out of majority of everybody reading this manga, those two characters are the only ones that care, because I don't care about William. I'm sure 99% of y'all watching this video right now, like, who gives a fuck about William? You throw that motherfucker to the wolves. Let him die. Who cares? Like, dudes, no bueno at the end of the day. So, yeah, at least somebody cares, and honestly, those would be some of the people that would care. Anybody that's part of the Golden Dawn, and of course, somebody that had that massive bond. I mean, for crying out loud, they shared a freaking body, him and Pottree. So yeah, Potree's gonna care too. And I guess I gotta add in that that's another thing I feel Black Clover didn't do the greatest in terms of with Pottree, because, you know, I thought he was gonna be this big thing, you know, the extreme magic or the new magic that he, you know, taught to Noelle. I thought when he returned, it was gonna be like, man, boom, we got a strong one here. But I honestly forgot as well what he was even doing in this whole arc right now, like, other than training Noelle, and then once Noelle showed up, like, oh, he's here. However, the fried up Morris has Lucifero still within him, and Lucifero comes out and says, thank you, you worthless pile of shit that shouldn't have been a villain to begin with because you're weak as hell. Thank you for your service. Because now the gates of the demon world, aka the second level of the underworld, has actually started to open up to the Black Pools' horror, which again, we're advancing, and I want to see really how far Yuki Tabata is going to go, because he could cheapen out. He could end all of this right here, and boom, we only got to gate 2, and was there, what, 7 or 9 gates? There was a lot of gates, right? But either way, we're only on gate 2 right now, and it's been a long, grueling battle. Now, it seems as though we're going to get somewhere far. I don't think it's going to just stop at gate 2, considering the dialogue that is said later, that thanks to Morris's acceleration, it's actually going a lot faster and smoother than even it was initially intended. So ultimately, I think we're going to get far. I don't know if we're going to get to the point of Lucifero being able to cross over. Maybe Tabata might save that for later time, or it could be now. It would make sense for it to be now, right? Because this is the big demon arc, unless he has bigger, grander plans for Lucifero down the road. But yeah, with that line right there, kind of made me think like, well, maybe we're going to get towards the end. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the end, but yeah, you also got to think like this entire time we've been in this arc and we're only on gate 2. How much longer we got to wait? So that also felt like a little bit of a cheat code Tabata added in there. Like, yo, Morris is God right now. He's opening the gates of Demon World quicker than ever before. And as we've seen before, but he once again, you know, reinforces and lets everyone know, including the Black Bulls, Lucifero is basically like, yo, even without Quillforth, I can interfere with lower level demons. Hence how he was able to pop into Lucida's, you know, mind and everything that happened in the past with Asta's mom and Leave and all that jazz. So he's already always had that capability, but now as the gates are opening up and coming over here, he can interfere with more and more demons. So it was kind of like a little diabolical, dastardly plot that was already foreshadowed. Gotta give, you know, props to Tabata as well. This isn't out of nowhere. It was already with Magicula. Magicula, I believe, had said this plan that this was something she was trying to do all along, because it was like a backdoor essentially over Magicula's plan. And Lucifero's like, oh, you thought I didn't know? You thought I didn't hear this? Yeah, my plan now. And now that the gates of the underworld is open to that second level, he can essentially start combining all these demons and essentially just starts making a big demon pie, so to speak, so that he could essentially control them and go into whatever this battle that we're about to enter into. Because yeah, I want to say it was right around this moment where the chapter started going very, very left field, that I was like, what are we doing here? And essentially he formed a vessel by combining all of those demons from the first and second levels, and he creates, dun, 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 giant penis man. Oh my god, that design. Considering Yuki Tabata, and I always praise him that, yo, his character designs be A1. Oh my god, he be doing some great things. When I saw the vessel that was created from all, it's like, yo, I don't know if Lucifero was coming into the real world dick first or something. Like, what are we doing here? Why am I looking at a giant penis monster with freaking horns on it? That honestly, this is where I feel like, and this is the first time in this entire arc, I think I want to say that the manga has felt this way. It got a little wacky. It got a little goofy. This feels a little bit like, it reminds me very heavily, like I said earlier in the beginning of this video, that's similar to the Demon King in the Seven Deadly Sins, how he became one with the kingdom, and, you know, he was like a giant monster from the actual ground and all that shit of Britannia. So it gives me those type of vibes, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's where he was inspired from. We've always seen Black Clover, it takes a little bit of inspiration, but then goes a whole different direction, because opposed to having just like, you know, the mages attacking, which Mereoleona would have been the one like, the fuck, I need anything else, I'll take you on myself. Shout outs to Mereoleona yet again. But instead of it going in that direction, yeah, we just went all Power Rangers, Gundam, Sentai, like, we went wild. Because while his gravity magic, because let's not forget, this is the same dude that was inside of, you know, Dante, he ultimately has the gravity magic that is keeping people pinned down. So this isn't going to be an easy fight by any means, where you already got a giant freaking monster, kaiju almost, to a fight, and then it also has gravity magic. Like, yo, we ain't Dragon Ball Z, we can't fight in 10 times normal gravity, you know what I'm saying? However, we go Power Rangers with the Black Bulls, as each of them attack with their unique capabilities. We got Vanessa with her fate manipulation, Charmy replenishing everyone's mana, Gray with the matter conversion, that is essentially one of the main catalysts to the monstrosity of the ending of what we got, Ghost using Gray multiplication essentially to make it actually be a little more easier for her, because I don't know if she could just by herself without multiplying be able to do that to the castle. And then Gordon using Curse Division on Henry. Like, it was really just a full-on mashup of all the Black Bulls, which I ain't mad at that aspect of it, because, like, no, that's cool. Like, hey, they're all here together. This is the first time in a long time they're all working together, although I noticed that we didn't get to see some of the other ones. Like, Tabata is definitely holding out for whatever he wants to do when it comes to Zora. I feel like he has some big plans with Zora, and that's why he's not really showcasing everything, because yeah, we see like everybody doing their thing, except he's there. But then again, he also trained for a long time with Manga, so I'm not gonna doubt by any means that Tabata doesn't have big plans for him down the road, whether it be Lucifero is in a different type of form, and that's where Zora's gonna shine fighting against him. Whatever it is, I feel like Tabata still has plans for him, because let's not forget, I'll still stand to this point that Manga probably had the best fight, if not one of the best fights, top 3 easily of this entire arc. Like, Manga had one of the best ones, and Zora was training with Manga. He might have some shit up his sleeve, and that's what Tabata's waiting for. And I love how the Black Bulls is like the ultimate devil. No one gives a fuck. That's the devil in and of itself. The fact that no one gives a shit about what Lucifero thinks he's doing right here, turning into Giant Penis Man. And we get the castle, Henry's castle, the Black Bull's base turns into Ultra Giant Black Bull, and yeah, they punch Giant Penis Man, and they're like, get lost. And the end of the chapter essentially is that it felt like some weird Power Rangers amalgamation mixed with what happened towards the end of the Seven Deadly Sins, and this is very, very wacky, even for Black Clover, that at times can be a little zany, a little goofy, a little silly. Like, what the heck we're going on with giant monster versus like mech? Like, yeah, it's cool in an aspect of all the Black Bulls working together to fight this big threat, but I hope that this is a very short-lived form and we go really quickly to the next phase of whatever is going to happen with Lucifero, because I don't think he's going to be defeated by a castle punching him and that's the end. Because again, how would you even describe, like, imagine for anime only viewers and you had to describe, hey, so what's going on in the latest chapter right now? The main devil just turned into a Giant Penis Man and he's fighting the Black Bulls' base. It's a mech now and just punched him and told him to get lost. Like, it's a little wacky. So it does feel a little bit like, yo, I got a question, Tabata, where are you going with all this? I don't know if it's just that this is something fun you wanted to do, but yeah, when the anime returns, also guarantee that the castle is going to be CGI. There's a little factor there, but I'm curious what you guys think. Am I bugging the hell out by saying that this is wacky and a little bit like, where are we going with this, fam? We're losing losing the plot here, or you think that Tabata has a genius idea and that's why he decided to do this big mech battle that we have in front of us? Where do you think this is all going just in general? I feel like chapter 2 and Lucifero is going to transform again. Maybe the gate, since they're accelerating, we're going to get to the third one within a chapter 2, and then he's going to be able to morph into a smaller body that he's going to fight. Also Zora, like I know that's like kind of not really random, but ultimately that's not the big focus here. But either way, do you think that Zora is going to have a big moment versus Lucifero, and that's what's about to saving him for, considering like, yo, Magna was training with him and Magna had one of the best battles against Dante? Also, wow, now that I think about it, that would actually really work, because if he took the L against Magna when he was in Dante's body, it would be crazy that Zora comes and gives him his next L, this time in a different form. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the Black Clover manga with chapter 3, 15, and beyond. Again, what is this? But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. Shoutouts to Mereoleona, because that part of the chapter was hype. I ain't gonna lie about that. But giant penis man, my lord. What are we doing, mate? Have an awesome day. God damn it, Tabata. Really, really.
So just go to